Sports can mean so many things to different people. For Sergeant First Class retired Josh Olson, sports has given him purpose after a devastating setback. And they've taken him all over the world in the process. Our Alyssa Charleston has more with our own American hero.
In every profession, there are sacrifices. Usually it's giving something up for a brighter future. When you're a soldier in combat, you sacrifice having a future.
I was injured in a ambush in Tel Afar, Iraq by a rocket-propelled grenade. About 90 seconds into the fight, I sustained a blast injury. I woke up at Walter Reed about 10 days later out of a medically induced coma, and that kind of started my 18-month journey on rehabbing and being able to stay in the military.
Josh Olson began that journey without his right leg.
When I very first was injured, I had all these goals I wanted to do in the military, and all those were kind of taken from me. You know, you get a door slammed in your face. Some people don't look for another door that opens. I was very fortunate and saw another door open.
A door that led him to travel the world as a competitive rifle shooter. In 2012, he became the first active duty American soldier to make the Paralympic Games in London as part of the U.S. shooting team.
If you would have told me when I first got injured that I'd be walking out with some of the best athletes in the world at the opening ceremonies of the Paralympics, you know, 8 years after injury, I'd have told you you're full of it. There's no way.
Next up, he's taking on the best athletes the military has to offer. This weekend, over 300 injured service members and veterans from the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, and Special Ops will gather in Tampa Bay to compete in the 2019 Warrior Games. Olson had to qualify to compete in archery, powerlifting, 2 different rowing events, shot put, and discus. But his 7th event just comes natural.
There's going to be a little trash talk in there, so that'll be good, and some bragging rights at the end, hopefully.
But they're not just competing against other American athletes. They're also going up against the UK and Canadian Armed Forces, as well as the Australian Defence Force.
We're fighting shoulder to shoulder with these guys deployed. Now we're getting to compete shoulder to shoulder with them. And competing internationally is, you know, it's one thing to be best in the country, but best in the world, that's a heck of a title to have.
But that would only be a bonus. Olson is fine with sacrificing his free time to go to the gym, committing countless hours every day to training and to his team, because that sacrifice gives him purpose.
That gives me a reason to get out of bed every day. It gives me something to work on. And that's the great thing about sport. It, you know, not only can you figure out a lot about yourself, but you actually get to meet a lot of people along the way.
Thank you, Alyssa, for that story. Olson's going to be competing in the Warrior Games next weekend in Tampa, Florida, and he's already has his sights set on his goal for next year. That would be the Invictus Games in 2020. So good luck to Josh, and always thank you for your service.